So yesterday we had an amazing training with Moroccanoil. And we have some new products coming out, which I'll tell you more about one of my new favorites. So Brie obviously has beautiful curly hair. And with her hair, she has different textures all over her hair. A lot of times, when you do have a curly hair girl come on set, or even just like in your day to day, they usually they don't get a lot of love, at least for like they don't get their hair done on set, or they have to come to set with their hair already done. So Bree can attest to that. What is your experience usually on set when it comes to getting your hair done or getting any treatment done with your hair?
Honestly, I normally have to come with my fro or any style that they want, but I've never actually got my hair done besides when you've done my hair for shoots. So,
See, and we need them to have a little love because at the end of the day, we're the professionals, right? So I'm going to show you what you can do coming into like a situation like this. The model that I used for the picture, she had we were doing a video. She came to set with her hair completely clean, and then she had just her curly hair out. So I re-wet her hair and I did finger coils all over. So what I used at the time was the Moroccanoil treatment light and the curl defining cream. So the only other thing I want to add to that is using the all-in-one leave-in. So what you're going to do is completely wet the hair, which we already did that earlier today. Completely wet the hair. You're going to apply the leave-in from roots to ends. You're going to apply the Moroccanoil treatment light from mid-length to ends. And then you're going to finger coil her hair with the curl defining cream. So I left one section out, and we're just going to do that. And then I'll go into what to do if this is second day hair. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the all-in-one. I hope I'm not getting you wet.
it's all right.
And the great thing about curly hair is you don't need any tools. I have my detangler. All right, and then I'm gonna use my treatment, and we're gonna do this mid-length to ends. And then let's get into it and add some curls. Okay, so when you're finger coiling, you're literally, it's almost like when you were a little girl and you just take a little piece of your hair and twist. That's all you're doing. And that's gonna activate her curls and make it stand out. So there's really no difference. It's the same hair type if you have an afro versus having finger coils. It's just how you play around with it. Hi, Steph. Okay, so I'm just gonna twist that around, twist it around, twist it around. And Brie has bangs, so that's why I'm pulling it to the front of her hair. But for anyone who's a hairstylist, if you curl hair, or even if you curl your own hair at home, you're just gonna do the same thing. You want your curls to go away from your face. So we're gonna curl them all back. And then once we're done with that, we're just gonna go ahead and diffuse it. So what I did on the first day for my model, I took a little bit of the molding cream and I used that just like how this curl is just a little too perfect. I don't know if you can see that. I just took the molding cream and I pieced that out just to break up the curl. Brie doesn't really have that going on at the top, but more on the bottom areas of her curls. So we're just gonna take that and piece it out. The great thing with the molding cream, and I say this all the time, is that it has these fibers in it, which I think it's really, really cool if you can see that on camera. And it's really great for bridal work as well. So as you can see, we are activating the curls. All right. Just pull it out. The bigger, the better. And remember, you still have products in your hands, so it's gonna look really good. All right, so the next thing, so let's say you have day 2 hair and you're not quite sure. Hi, Steph. You're not quite sure what we're gonna do because the hair is already in the style. We're using natural curls. Then I always carry a chopstick or a wand. And this you can just find at the bigger hair. I know, the bigger the better. You can find this at like in Chinatown, at any Asian food stores, and it's just like coated. We're going to just take a piece, so something like a piece like this where it doesn't have much of a curl to it. You can actually also use your Perfect Defense, which is our heat protector, and just apply that to the area that you are going to use your hot tools. Okay, and I have my flat iron from Hot Tools. And this is just great so that you don't have to carry a bunch of irons in your tool bag. It just eliminates having to have a tiny iron. But you're gonna ring that right around your wand and then apply heat, all right? And look at that. So now you have, hi Emily, you have a more defined curl. So we're just gonna take any piece that you see isn't super defined and let's wrap that right around your wand and apply heat. Okay? And look at that. And obviously, the more the better. So anywhere that you find, Bree said that her hair gets a little frizzy on the top. So we'll just focus this in the top. All right, so we're just gonna keep doing that. And I'll just focus on the front again. so you can get the idea of it. Get her hair done like everyone else. And it keeps you as the professional. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to the other side. And then one thing that I will say, I've seen some chopsticks that are metal. And personally, I like to use, I want to say this is made out of wood. I like using the wooden chopsticks just because it's not going to absorb the heat like the metal ones. And then we always use tools that have ceramic protection and ionic protection, titanium protection, and that just keeps with the consistency of using the technology from the hot tools instead of just a cheap metal. All right, so I'm gonna leave it there for now. But again, like I was saying, this is day 2. So we see these curls and they are pretty perfect because we're using, that's my cousin, because we're using a hot tool. So we're gonna take a little bit more of that molding cream. Again, this is day 2 and we're just gonna piece that out as well. So much work, we have so much that we have to do to make it look good, and curly hair really doesn't have to be a lot of work. Curly hair is super fun to play with, and the great part of it is the bigger it is, the wilder it is, the sexier it looks, and that's an advantage, isn't it?
It is.
You don't have to spend too long. Look how big that is, right? And then just keep pulling it out. You can also take a little bit of that molding cream and pull it from the roots, just like massage the roots a little bit, and that gives it a more natural, lived-in look. Okay. All right, and then one of my other favorites would be Mending Infusion. Again, this is one that you can use on all hair types. The Mending Infusion is positively charged while our hair is negatively charged. So it just seals down any split ends you can have, that you have. A little bit goes a long way. So that was one pump, and then this is the other pump, and that's all I'm gonna use for her whole head. This is really great for those clients who don't ever want to get a haircut, and it will just help you maintain healthy hair for a little bit longer.